Alright, and we are back at Hollow Bastion on the long elevator. Or not even an elevator, just sideways transport.
Huh. So, is it... I can never get this straight. Latitude... Okay. Is latitude width?
I believe latitude runs east-west. The mnemonic there is that it's like the rungs of a ladder, latitude.
Oh, that's the mnemonic. See, when I think of that, I thought, oh, ladders go up and down. Therefore, the reason I say it is I'm like, maybe you could call it a lativator, but that sounds stupid. But not as stupid as side-evator.
Now, you do have to ride that thing at least twice. And that was number one. When we have to climb back up here again, we'll have to do it once more. So that blue trinity on the ground there is usually the last trinity I unlock in the game.
Wow.
I don't think it'll be the one that I do this time last, but usually the way that I do things and get the trinities and whatnot, that ends up being the last one because it's kind of out of the way here in Hollow Bastion.
Neat. So that long elevator, that is the impetus, like that and the tall room, I believe are the two biggest impetuses for like, can we skip these?
Right,
and
yeah.
I can't remember, I'm pretty sure they've succeeded in being able to skip like the tall room. I don't know if there's actually a way. Although I will say, I'm pretty sure Dumbo lets you get up on this ledge right here. You can just barely make it.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
I gotta find the video and send it to you. I can't find it.
Hey, learn jackpot. Awesome.
Does it give you, like, more prizes, or...?
Yep, increases the drop rate of prizes. So, jackpot is what Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 decided to call the ability. A literal translation would be prize up or prize boost. And in fact, there have been a game or two that have had like Gummi abilities that are called Prize Plus or something. But if I was more draconian about my approach to my mod, I would change it to Prize Boost everywhere. But since Jackpot is so iconic and is the most well-known translation of that ability, I just changed it to Jackpot.
Right. You know, it's funny in Kingdom Hearts 3 is because they have Toy Story in it. It would be funny for them to call it double prizes in reference to Sid getting 2 prizes and saying that excitedly. Yeah.
Yep. So over here you can glide over to this little entrance into the lift stop to get this chest. Oh yeah, and another one is Lucky Strike. A literal translation for that one would be Luck Boost or Luck Up. And but for the same reason of Lucky Strike being so iconic and generally being very consistent throughout the series, I left it as Lucky Strike. So the original concept for Hollow Bastion here, this was always intended to be a world from pretty early on in development, I believe, would be that Sora would team up with all of the princes to rescue the princesses. So
that's
like
a shame.
you would,
I wish they did that. That would have been kind of cool.
Yeah, so like Aladdin would be here and Prince Philip and but it was eventually cut down to just Beast. And in fact, Aladdin is the only other prince that even appears in this game.
That's true. Is he the only other prince? Well, I guess, yeah. Is he the only prince that appears in the series?
Oh no, we see other princes later, but they aren't a particular focus. Yeah, and even Aladdin, like Aladdin says, I want to go after Jasmine, but they tell him, no, you can't.
Oh, that's true.
Get to maintain the order. And actually, that was Disney's call to put the kibosh on that original version of Hollow Bastion. They wanted the worlds to remain fairly self-contained.
Ah, so they're the natural order then.
Yeah, I mean that's not something I think was necessarily a problem or regret. It could have been interesting potentially, but I think that's fine. You know, not executive decisions regarding creative things, I think, are very overrepresented, the negative ones. We only ever hear about the bad ones, but I'm sure that for every one bad one, there's a dozen harmless or good ones that we just never hear about.
There's one that comes to mind, which is ironically from the man who I feel like gets overly represented on all the calls that we hate, which is, I want to say it was, this could be apocryphal, but Miyamoto's idea to have Samus have different, like, visors, I thought, but maybe I'm wrong.
That was a meeting with Retro Studios, as I recall, where he said something like, "Oh, what if Samus like switched out heads?" I think it was an awkward translation,
right?
And they were able to clear up the confusion pretty quickly after that, and that's where the visors came from.
I mean, there is precedent with the X-ray visor, so it's kind of interesting. But that did kind of, yeah. I always forget about that thing. It's neat that there's mountains way the heck in the distance. Like, you think of this as just, this is just this area, and that's the entire world.
Yeah, they try to imply a greater world with the skyboxes instead of just a void.
Which is nice. I feel like Yooka-Laylee should have done that. Just saying. Oh, man. Like, that is one of the biggest things I think a game can fail to do that really is like, this feels like a Unity asset flip. Like, it just takes that little bit extra. And I don't know. Game design is something I love, but I can't even begin to approach. Whoa. Much for you going, Beast.
Hollow Bastion, if it wasn't for Disney saying that that the world should be self-contained, Hollow Bastion might have allowed for all of the other party members.
Frankly, I do think tonally it ends up working really well.
I agree.
Yeah, I don't, because as cool as it might be, it might have ruined the vibe.
Yeah, obviously with these decisions you think about, okay, well, what if we just took the thing we already got and applied this one change? But the earlier on it happens, the more ripple effects occur, and so you have to wonder what would the end result be if they had made this decision different, and could have been just fine.
And going back to Metroid Prime, it's much like when you see their concept art of all the stuff they wanted to do, and you're like, wow, what I wouldn't give to, like, visit the universe where they made, like, this game that probably couldn't possibly exist. But yeah, it's just like, you're fantasizing about something that never was, so therefore it just gets so messy. I love the logo for Hollow Bastion up there.
It's a really good one.
That eye is like a crystal or something?
Yeah, it's got kind of crystal in the text there. All right, let's push on forward.
Whoa.
That cannot be comfortable for Kairi.
I'm just curious what happened in this room.
I see the path has emerged at last.
Yes. The keyhole.
Maleficent gathered the princesses to reveal the keyhole, and there it is.
And the Heartless will overrun this world.
What do I care? The darkness holds no power over me. Rather, I will use its power to rule all worlds.
Okay, so that's what she
Such
wants.
confidence.
So something's different about Riku here.
He's got a Keyblade.
Ah, impossible. The princesses of Heart are all here. It must be her.
Oh.
Without her heart, she will never be able to release her power.
Keep it down, Beast.
King's fools are here. I'll deal with them myself. You stay here and guard the princesses.
So yeah, Riku's demeanor has completely changed. Obviously, his voice is all messed up now.
Yeah.
So something happened with that hooded man.
I'm afraid you're too late. Any moment now, the final keyhole will be unsealed.
At last,
This
face to
world
face
will
with
be
Maleficent.
plunged into darkness. It is unstoppable.
We'll stop it. After coming this far, there's no way we're gonna let that happen.
You poor, simple fools. You think you can defeat me? Me, the mistress of all evil!
Excellent pre-fight line, I think.
Force!
So, gravity is really good here because rather than having to whack the thing manually to bring it down so you can whack her, one cast of gravity and that pulls her stone down.
Wind! Force!
So you do want to be kind of careful in this fight. You can get blindsided and killed. Might want to focus on the guard, like right there. I got kind of close.
Yeah, those blue orbs look like they can sucker punch you pretty good with the camera.
Yeah, there's probably a better way to do this fight, more cautious, but I just kind of rush B and...
See ya!
So much like
there,
Jafar,
takedown.
I noticed that
Yeah.
she's also doing some kind of incantation stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, and she's summoning Heartless, which is annoying. But man, the fact you're staying on so well. I did not do
Yeah.
nearly so well when I fought her.
See ya!
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised I've been able to stay on for so long.
Force! Come on!
Actually, I think that's English.
Yeah, she's casting spells in English.
Ah,
But yeah, this is not the while it can get you if you're not careful, this is not a particularly difficult fight.
yeah. It gave me a lot of false confidence for what was to come. Ooh, that's a cool, like, rose thing on the floor.
All right, Donald's got cheer, and we have Ansem's report 4. So let's go ahead and read that report once we move things around a tad. To study Heartless behavior, I picked out one for observation. It wiggled its antennae and, as if sensing a target, headed deep into the castle. In the deepest part of the castle, its antennae began vibrating, as if searching for something. Suddenly, a strange door appeared. I'd never known of its existence. It had a large keyhole, but didn't seem to be locked, so I opened the door. What I saw on the other side mystified me. What was that powerful mass of energy? That night, I observed a great meteor shower in the sky. Could it be related to the door that I have opened? So, Ansem discovered the keyhole and the heart of this world. And it was following a Heartless that brought him there. Yeah, they probably put the rose there specifically because Beast is here. They were kind of wanting to tie it in a bit with Beast's appearance.
Oh, it's double, though, because you have the Briar Rose from Sleeping Beauty motif.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes, a Keyblade. But unlike yours, this Keyblade holds the power to unlock people's hearts.
I want you to take note of that
Allow me to
line.
demonstrate.
Okay.
Behold!
I mean, it doesn't really come up for a couple of games, but
Now,
just remember
open your
that.
heart. Surrender it to the darkness. Become darkness itself.
This is it. This power. Darkness. The true darkness!
I do like how Maleficent's signature is like green flames.
Yeah, it's a very cool look.
All right, Dragon Maleficent. This is the real fight.
I want to say I lost this fight in the dozens of times.
This is a great time to use Tinkerbell. Because even me, I'm not sure that I would have been able to avoid dying without Tinkerbell here. It's a bit close.
I'm just trying to remember.
Arrow is really good to decrease damage taken.
If I didn't use Tinkerbell, that was very stupid of me, but
I want to say that Dragon Maleficent has a weakness to gravity. I don't think I knew that when I recorded this, but with how quick the head moves around, actually landing a gravity on it it is probably going to be pretty difficult. So.
Yeah, I definitely went on YouTube and tried to like look up strategies because I was not having any luck.
Yeah, Dragon Maleficent does a lot of shockwave spamming, so if you can avoid those, that'll help. But one thing that should be able to help is equipping fire accessories that protect you against fire, like the fire bangle.
That's smart.
Because most of her attacks, especially the wide sweeping ones, are fire elementals.
Whoa! You can go on her with no like punishment?
Oh yeah, you can jump.
Oh, that would have made it so much easier. I thought she had a hitbox.
No, very few things in Kingdom Hearts have passive hitboxes. They have to actively attack you.
Boy, no wonder I struggled so badly.
It's actually a bit of a tradition in the series for very large bosses for you to be able to jump on them, like Cerberus, Dragon Maleficent here, several in Kingdom Hearts 2.
There's a boss later that I did take advantage of jumping on top of, but...
I think that was something that they tried to do in this game specifically because of its, this was their attempt at doing a platformer.
Right.
So if you can jump on bosses, why not?
I want to say I used Glide to avoid a lot of the shockwave attacks.
Yeah, you do have Glide at this point, so that can be helpful. There we go.
Wow, you just tore through her. Yeah. It was a long, slow burn for me.
All right, and then after this, canonically, things happen to Maleficent, and it is some of the more mind-screwy stuff in the series, like explaining how she comes back in later games is a thesis.
The Heartless were using Maleficent from the beginning. She failed to notice the darkness in her heart eating away at her.
I don't know, man. You kind of just went in there.
For such a fool.
And that's our final summon gem.
Oh. Is it Mushu?
It's called Fire Glow.
I don't know which ones are in 2 and which ones are in 1, honestly. So we'll see.
I think there are only 4 summons in Kingdom Hearts 2. They cut down the number.
Surprising.
I think it was a quality over quantity thing.
Okay.
They put a lot of emphasis on the new summons to make sure that they all had a lot more style to them and a lot more uses.
That does make me wonder. Once a summon's world is restored, it's not like you can just summon them after that, I would assume.
Possibly, probably not. They would go back to their world. It's not entirely explained how you summon them, but... So the game at one point was intended to end when Maleficent was defeated, but Nomura was advised that the story was too short and simple as is. This led to him to expand the story and include more plot twists, which we are going to be seeing several of those in just a minute here.
Yeah. He had his chance to keep things simple and clean. He did not. Ah.
Yep.
Kairi!
At long last.
Kairi! Kairi! Open your eyes!
Come on, Sora. Support her neck, for goodness sake.
That girl has lost her heart. She cannot wake up.
What? You're not Riku?
The Keyhole cannot be completed so long as the last Princess of Heart still sleeps.
The princess? Kairi's a princess?
There's our 7th Princess of
Yes.
Heart, just like Maleficent said.
Without her power, the Keyhole will remain incomplete. It is time she awakened.
Whoever you are, let Riku go! Give him back his heart!
But first, you must give the princess back her heart.
There's another line without proper delivery there. He put the emphasis on back instead of
Don't
her.
you see yet? The princess's heart is responding. It has been there all along. Kairi's heart rests within you.
Kairi's inside me?
that line.
Yeah, that
is,
line's pretty
All
infamous.
that there is to know.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, there's the big twist. Back on Destiny Islands, when we had that scene in the secret place where Kairi flew towards us, that was when her heart entered Sora, and it's been inside us the whole time. And there's the other big plot twist. Riku is currently possessed by Ansem, the scientist king that used to rule over the Final Fantasy
I shall
characters.
release you now, princess. Complete the keyhole with your power. Open the door. Lead me into everlasting darkness.
And there's the line. Many a fan has PTSD over "Lead me into everlasting darkness" because of how many times they had to watch this cutscene, because this upcoming fight is a real doozy.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way you're taking Kairi's heart.
I don't think I struggled with this because I ended up stun locking him somehow.
This might be my best time ever fighting Riku-Ansem here. I cannot believe how well I did, because I have struggled with him before.
I have to remember, you're playing on Proud, and I think I was playing either on medium or easy.
Yeah, because in a little bit, once I get him down a bit further, he'll start doing his ultimate move, and I have had fights against him where he has done that like a dozen times, and somehow I was able to stun him so he didn't do that. Yeah, Arrow is really good here. It can deflect his projectiles, save you from having to heal quite so much. So now that we know that Ansem has been possessing Riku, I can give you the full story on the whole Monstro thing. So when you do Monstro later and the cutscenes are different, oh, here it is. This is Dark Aura. This is his ultimate move. When you do Monstro later and the cutscenes are altered, a couple of them imply that the Riku that is running around and you're interacting with is actually Riku-Ansem. Explaining why he's not really talking or doing anything with you. And that led a lot of people to think that... Oh, and I killed him.
Nice.
That led a lot of people to think that the trigger for the cutscenes changing is after you beat Riku the first time here, and the cutscene happens and he gets possessed by Ansem. But it's not. It's Captain Hook, because that's the point at which Sora finds out where Kairi is, as I explained earlier. So they really needed 3 versions of the Monstro cutscenes to complete the effect.
Right.
Also, I want to point out that the Keyblade of People's Hearts, which is that red and black Keyblade, it doesn't have a keychain, which annoys me because all Keyblades are supposed to have keychains.
And it is, in fact, a real Keyblade?
It is. It is. So there are 3 types of Keyblades. Keyblades of Light, Keyblades of Darkness, and Keyblades of Heart. Most Keyblades in the series are Keyblades of Light. This is the only one that is a Keyblade of Heart.
A Keyblade that unlocks people's hearts. I wonder.
And in a very Mew is under the truck moment, many rumors swirled about how to get the Keyblade of People's Hearts for a long time, but they were all false. The
That's
only way to do it is
shame.
via hacking.
Aw.
Sora, hold on!
Alright, so this is possibly the single most important moment in this entire franchise.
Whoa. Sora
stabbing himself with that Keyblade will have implications that reverberate all the way through Kingdom Hearts 3. But yes, the Keyblade of People's Hearts was made up of the 6 hearts of the other princesses.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why it doesn't have a keychain, since it's kind of artificial.
I guess, but I would have preferred that they'd given it.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Like aesthetically, it would have looked cooler.
One thing I've never been completely sure about is, was Kairi's heart inside Sora's heart, or just inside his body next to his heart?
I mean, like an anatomical heart and a Kingdom Hearts heart feel like two different things.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, in right there, did Sora's heart open, like his metaphorical heart, to release Kairi's, or, you know, what was inside of what?
Right.
It's not entirely clear, and it does, in some instances, have impacts on the way that you might understand the lore.
I'll catch him.
Sora? Are you really?
But yeah, so
He can't be. I won't let him go.
going back to that thing about how Nomura was told that having Maleficent be the final boss was too short and simple, that was probably the impetus for him creating the character of
Keyhole
Ansem.
is now complete.
And there he
You have
is.
served your purpose, but now it's over.
Do you think we can stop
So,
them
Ansem's voice
by
actor
ourselves?
here is infamously Billy Zane.
Impossible.
But he never voiced the character in any game after this, and many have felt that his replacement, while doing a good job, has never quite matched Zane's performance.
Heartless are coming.
And I gotta say, he does have the perfect voice for it.
So is this kind of a Voldemort possessing Ginny's body situation where he's like almost fully?
About the keyhole.
I don't know. It's like weird.
This, you know, the exact implications of this, I might be jumping forward a little bit here, but the implication is that Ansem didn't have a body prior to possessing Riku. Like, him being in the cloak was basically, he has no form.
He is a ghost.
And so it is mentioned several times that his exact appearance here is probably informed by the fact that he specifically possessed Riku. If he possessed a different character, his physical appearance there might be different.
That's interesting because that implies that Riku might look somewhat like that someday when he's older.
Possibly.
Well, it's fun
And,
running around as a Heartless.
Yeah, so this is a cool little moment with no explanation. You're just sort of in control of this Heartless, and you're running around, and there's not much you can do, so you're really just jumping down.
Yeah, guess who spent a long time not realizing that?
Yeah, jumping off is a great way to get to where you're going next, but if you do jump off here, you go down to the base level, and that is too far. Your goal is to get to the foyer where you fought Riku the first time. Kairi, hurry! Kairi, both of your friends have suffered existential fates. Like, we gotta get out of here. A single Heartless is after us.
There's no hope.
Not like I've killed dozens of these things.
I like the animation of the run. It's very jilted. Stilt?
I do like it. I've seen a pretty good meme about it. And Donald, for some reason, doesn't just immediately blast it.
You?
Yes, we've been playing. We're still playing as Sora this whole time.
This time I'll protect you.
The other most important event in this franchise. Kairi brought back Sora with a princess hug.
Yay.
Thank you.
I don't remember
Yeah, so
her
this
being
one-
so short.
Yeah, she's kind of short. Yeah, that moment there also has reverberations going all the way into Kingdom Hearts 3.
Neat. Oh yeah, Beast was here.
So, instead of turning into a Heartless, the idea for what would happen to Sora when he stabbed himself with the Keyblade there is that instead he would go to the final world, a concept that wouldn't actually make it into the series until Kingdom Hearts 3. And if they had done this, it would have made him unable to act in the real world for much longer and allow more time for Kairi to be an active participant in the scenario, possibly including her being playable in some way.
That would have been nice.
Tell me what happened.
It would have been interesting, yeah. Bit of a shame that didn't happen, but they did eventually implement the final world.
So the darkness is flowing out of that keyhole.
No wonder there are more and more Heartless everywhere. The only way to stop them is...
Seal the keyhole, right?
Maybe, but no one knows what will happen once it's sealed.
Well, we can't just stay here. We have to do something. I've got a friend back there.
That's right. You have one more friend to worry about.
I always forget just how sudden the transition to Traverse Town here is. We're just in Hollow Bastion, then immediately we're in the house in Traverse Town.
Of course, without Kairi's heart, it remained incomplete. Once that Keyblade was destroyed, the princess's hearts should have been freed. Don't worry, Sora. If anyone can save your friend, you can.
Alright, so now that we're back with the Final Fantasy characters, I wanted to bring up, I didn't talk about Yuffie's voice actress. Yuffie is voiced by Christy Carlson Romano, who is best known for voicing Kim Possible.
Oh!
She also voiced Yuffie in Advent Children, but I believe that she has never voiced Yuffie in anything other than that and here, Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy.
Huh, it's weird. I'm gonna have to go back and listen because I didn't really pick up on the Kim Possible voice, but does this predate Kim Possible?
Good question.
Because
this came out in 2002.
I gotta go back.
Kim Possible started in 2002, so
okay.
Released in June, so I believe that would have. I think she would have started. Kim Possible started airing just a few months before Kingdom Hearts came out in the West. All right, so now that the keyhole is open and doing things, we can't go back to Hollow Bastion the normal way. We gotta find a different way around.
That was an extremely awkward animation of him turning around.
Sonic Adventure tier.
Nothing will beat Eggman not even remotely holding that emerald.
But yeah, it's kind of surreal after all this time of chasing Kairi to actually have her here and interacting with her.
Yeah.
But yeah, this the reveal that Kairi was inside Sora the whole time explains a lot of things. All those times where Sora felt like he was remembering something even though he'd never been off his island, those were all of Kairi's memories. The times where Kairi would just sort of come out and talk to him like a hallucination, that was her heart talking to him. And it is canon that Kairi remembers everything that happened in Kingdom Hearts 1 up to this point. She's been traveling there.
In spirit, basically.
She's been observing everything that's been going on.
Oh, your grandma's story, right?
That's right. We were together.
You know what's funny? I looked everywhere for you, but you were with me all along. Finally, we're together, Kairi. Now, it's time to get Riku back.
You think it'll ever be the same again between us? Riku's lost his...
When I turned into a Heartless, you saved me, remember?
Yeah, it happened like 5 minutes ago.
I couldn't find my way. As I stumbled through the dark, I started forgetting things. My friends, who I was.
This is the best description we have of what it's like to fall to darkness.
But then I heard a voice. Your voice. You brought me back.
I didn't want to just forget about you, Sora. I couldn't.
That's it. Our hearts are connected. And the light from our hearts broke through the darkness. I saw that light.
Whenever you need to
think
explain
that's what
something,
saved
just
me.
start saying light and darkness and connection and heart,
matter
and
how deep
it'll
the
all
darkness,
be fine.
A light shines within. I guess it's more than just a fairy tale.
Well, let's go.
You can't go.
Why not?
Because it's way too dangerous.
Come on, Sora. We made it this far by sticking together. You can't go alone.
Kairi, even if we're apart, we're not alone anymore.
Also, he's not going
Right?
alone. He'll have Donald and Goofy.
Yeah.
I can't help.
You'd kind of be in my way.
Oh,
Yeah, so Sora's gotten some crap for that line. However,
You win.
there's a bit of a translation nonsense going on there.
Take this.
In the original Japanese,
that's cute.
It's my
Kairi
lucky charm.
was the
Be sure to
one,
bring it
she
back
said
to
something
me.
along the lines of,
Don't worry, I will.
would I just be in the way? And Sora's like, well, I mean, kinda, you know. Kairi was the one who introduced it, and Sora's trying to be gentle about it.
forget.
The English
Wherever you go,
version made
always
Sora
with
come
you.
across as a little bit more of a jerk there.
yeah. It's funny, though. The first time Kairi talks to Sora, she's kind of teasing him, so I'm kind of okay with the two of them busting each other's chops a little bit.
Yeah, it's not nearly as big of a deal once you factor in the translation and the context surrounding it. I think it's fine. At this point, like, it was sheer... Yes, Kairi did just save Sora, but that was sheer dumb luck. Oh, here's another final mix cutscene, hence why it's unvoiced. It is kind of true at this point that Kairi isn't really offering anything and would just be someone that would get in trouble and make things worse. It's harsh but true. So yeah, after Riku sort of had his body taken over by Ansem, and Ansem is now in his like full adult form, Riku has been banished to the realm of darkness. But now there's this light that's this voice rather that's sort of talking to him and being like, hey, you know, it's not all is lost. I can help you. Okay, so we've got the door to darkness, and it's going to need 2 keys and 2 hearts to close. But clearly this voice is also in the realm of darkness with Riku.
Right. I don't know who they are, kid.
So, you know, Riku's not in a good position, but he's still trying. You know, he's trying to make up for his mistakes.
I won't spoil what I know about that cutscene, but I will say I've heard some very funny dubs. I'll just put it that way.
All right, so most Keyblades in the series are themed after the different Disney worlds. The 3 that have sort of persisted across the series and are the signature Kingdom Hearts original Keyblades are the Kingdom Key, Oathkeeper, and one that we'll be getting real soon. I think next part. But yeah, Oathkeeper here is most games, well, you can obtain it in all of the numbered games. Oathkeeper is specifically meant to represent Sora's connection to Kairi.
Okay.
All right, let's get that last summon.
Time. Rippity boppity, give me the property.
Bibbidi bobbidi boo. And the last summon is Mushu. Which is much more recent than all of the other summons.
Yeah, for sure. Lord Fortune, that's a cool name.
I'm trying to remember if that's a good staff for Donald or not.
Oh, that looks cool.
Yeah, it's alright. Trying to remember what's, Oh yeah, we found the Gummi, so we're gonna take it back to Sid.
Did we open that chest over there?
Yeah, we did. It had a postcard in it.
Oh, that's right. It's funny, these little shelves behind him remind me of like a jewelry store display.
Yeah, this could even be like a grocery store thing.
It's gotta be something. It looks very sharp.
Yeah, this is clearly a little storefront here. Oh, got some upgrades for the Gummi ship.
So you can finally change colors, I'm assuming.
I've been able to change colors for a while. The palette gives you much more control. You can have a much wider variety of colors. Alright. Oh. So yeah, so now there's a new warp hole there next to Traverse Town, the purple one. Now, I want to say that... I don't remember if it's here or later. I think it's right here. Now that the keyhole has been opened, that the Heartless throughout all of the worlds are now much more powerful. The star rating for every world just jumped way up. You're seeing a lot more late game Heartless running around. And there are some things that you'll want to do in the game before you do this. So yeah, so here's the palette, so you have more options for colors.
Okay. So you have to stick with 8 colors?
You can select up to 8 colors at a time.
Okay, cool.
I've never really played around with it, so I'm not sure about all of the implications. But I believe we got another building area enhancement, so I made the ship bigger.
Nice.
Alright, well, we will be returning to Hollow Bastion with our upgraded Gummi ship next time.